There is hope of stopping AIDS in women, Howard.
It's a conspiracy. You know, AIDS was started by the white man to keep the black man down?
Well, that is a rumor, I've heard.
More than a rumor. It's got to be investigated.
There's a new vaginal gel that they've been testing in monkeys. It's called...
Ooh, that must be a pleasant thing to test. So they test the vaginal gel on female monkeys? Hold still, cheetah.
PMPA. It's a powerful virus-stopping gel that appears to be highly effective in the monkeys. It totally stopped the transmission of SIV.
SIV?
Which is simian AIDS. Or simian HIV.
I got to get my hands on that. I got to get my hands on a simian.
The gel is applied right around the skin area.
They must have had to get these guys awfully drunk to have sex with monkeys.
I think it's other monkeys.
Oh, is that right? You mean men didn't have to have sex with these monkeys?
I don't think so.
Come here, baby. I like you.
Because the question now is...
Will tell you what, to Michigan State?
The question is, will this work in humans? They hope so because simian AIDS is so close to human AIDS. So they're hoping that this could be a link.
Let's hope so, Robin.
It could also be a way of stopping infections when people are exposed to HIV through cuts or needle jabs.
Oh.
Let's hope.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, because a cut is like a vaginal thing. I mean, it looks like it. You know what I'm saying?
It's just because you could apply it topically.
I see. Oh, you can go to shower with it every day.
Meanwhile, according to the UN, we are standing on the brink of a global crisis in infectious disease.
Oh, good. I was just getting upset about Staten Island. That took my mind off it.
The World Health Organization says overuse of medicine, human settlement of uninhabited areas, international travel, and poverty are combining to threaten recent advances in healthcare.
That is true. The airplane is the most unnatural thing that has happened to mankind. I'm being serious. The idea that we could, in a day, travel to the opposite end of the earth. Man is not meant to do this. There's immunities.
Well, he's not meant to do all these things at once.
Yeah. Traveling is a whole concept that the human body don't know from. In other words,
but Howard,
it's like invading another planet.
What are you saying? Not to do anything?
That's right. Stay home, like I do. You don't see me doing anything.
You are ridiculous.
I'm almost against the car. I'm like the Unabomber.
Throw away your computer.
No, I can't do that. I got to chat. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
A report from the organization raises alarms over the spread of untreatable forms of malaria and tuberculosis and the emergence of killers like AIDS and the Ebola virus.
Of course. If there was no plane, you would never have AIDS.
It was the plane.
AIDS came out of Africa. Patient Zero visited Africa. You know that? He was a stewardess.
He was
a gay stewardess. I'm telling you, I know all about this.
Oh, my.
I studied it. I have a doctorate in this.
He visited Africa?
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm being square business with you. The Patient Zero he was a stewardess in Africa where the AIDS virus was happening, and I guess he had a little sex. Came over here. He was Swedish.
I'll have to relook into that.
And all these different countries have these diseases. You would never even know from AIDS. You wouldn't know from half the viruses in this country. Airplanes cause AIDS. The Wright brothers are murdering thousands of homos every day.
Oh, man.
In an indirect way. Thank you.
More trouble.
How do I get that vaginal cream?
Yeah.
I need it. I need it now.
They're still testing him.
I'd like to test a monkey.
You'd like to marry a monkey.
I want to test a monkey. Imagine putting that cream on a monkey's vagina. Holy mackerel. Honey, I had a rough day at work.
What do you do for a living?
Sweetheart, come on, let's go to bed and forget about it. No, I don't think that's the best answer. You wouldn't believe how much a monkey looks like a woman down there. I wonder if a monkey does look like a woman down there.
See, now you're speculating.
Oh, yeah.
Did someone bring in a monkey?
What's that going to do to you?
Right. Ugh. I have nothing between my legs. Go ahead.
But no, what does that mean to you?
What?
If a monkey looks like a woman down there.
Ooh. No, I'm not going that far.
Come on.
2 weeks after being arrested on drug charges in South Carolina, former Giant star Lawrence Taylor has been charged with leaving the scene of an accident and driving with a suspended license.
Oh, big deal. He's LT. He's a football player. Hey, OJ murdered someone, and he's a football player. Why can't LT drive around like that?
Taylor crashed his car on Route 80 and was not seen for more than 5 hours after a passing motorist stopped to pick him up.
You're on the air. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, you're on the air.
Oh, good morning.
What can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'm returning Gary's call. I didn't know that I was going to be on the air, but as long as I'm here, hello.
Oh, you're not on the air? Okay, I'm fine. Goodbye. What do you want from me? Everybody's got a monologue they do before they open their mouths. I would talk to Gary. I didn't know I'd be on the air. I do that. Goodbye. I can't take it. I mean, it's just a monologue. One guy calls up and goes, I used to live in Texas.
I couldn't listen to you.
But now I can listen to you, but now I'm back listening to you. Who cares about when you listened and when you didn't listen? People are so stupid. Oh, man. Tell your story. If you don't have the story, then hang up. Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Stern.
How are you?
Doing well. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you very much.
Anyways, I just think, unfortunately, your movie's not going to do very well.
Why would that be, sir? How do you know that?
Because everybody, your fans like myself, are going to go see it the first weekend. They'll have a great weekend.
Yes.
And after that, I don't think too many people are going to want to see someone like yourself who makes... I laugh very much at your jokes, but they don't want to see people joking about the misfortunes and misery of others.
How do you know what my movie's even about, you moron?
Because I read your book thoroughly.
You read my book? You don't know what the movie's about. You don't know if it's going to be...
about your life.
It's stupid. If it's a good movie, why would somebody not want to go see it?
I didn't say it's going to be a bad movie.
You just said that it's not going to do good.
But I'm your fan. I'm talking about...
Well, sir, let me ask you something.
Yes,
Because you're such a genius. You think what is the best movie that was ever made in the history of the United States? Do you know? What was the biggest box office gross?
Sir, it's just my opinion.
No, what is it? I'm asking you what the biggest box office gross was.
I'm gonna guess Star Wars or E.T.
Right. Okay. So you're probably right. Now let me ask you something. Who wants to go see a stupid movie about an outer space being?
Oh, I don't.
No, but then when word got out that it was a good movie, everyone went to see it. What are you, a moron?
No, sir. I'm just.
Why are you so dopey?
It's just
how much you want to bet my movie's one of the biggest box office grosses of the year?
I said
of all
have
time.
A great weekend, and after that, it'll go down.
All right, put your money where your mouth is. How much you want to bet me? You don't want to because you're a big pussy.
You know why he doesn't want to do that?
What?
Because he doesn't have much faith in his own opinion.
Right.
It's only his opinion. He keeps saying that.
You want to bet? You want to bet me some big money? You come down here where I can see you. We'll put the money in escrow, and I'll bet you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're a big pussy.
How much are you going to bet?
How much are you going to put up?
Go calling me names. I said I'm a fan.
I don't care if you're a fan. I don't like you mouthing off your opinion.
I'm just saying, too many people.
Well, you'll put your money where your mouth is then.
Don't like your type of humor. But,
how do you know what the movie is?
Very much.
How do you know what the movie is?
I read your book thoroughly.
Yeah, but stupid. How do you know what the movie is?
They're not putting a book on screen.
Because you're stupid. You're a moron and you're stupid.
What, because someone else has a different opinion than you?
It's not a question of opinion. It's a dopey opinion. That's like saying, gee, I guess E.T. was a big movie because it was about some little stupid space alien.
It's like people pay him for his opinion. Like, his opinion is so great.
I didn't say it was a great opinion. You're putting words in my mouth.
Tell me, what else have you had an opinion about that's actually been right?
Lots of things.
You know what you sound like? I'm going to tell you what you sound like. I'll tell you why I like it. What are you?
1990s Nostradamus.
Yeah, what do you do for a living? I'm curious because you're so smart.
I'm a real estate loan officer.
A real estate loan officer. What are you pulling down? About 15 grand?
Commercial buildings.
Yeah, sure you do.
I do. I live in California. That's what I do for a living.
Melvin Spielberg on the phone.
No, I didn't say that.
You know what kills me about you? It's funny. Every time I do something in my career, when I put out my book, the publishing industry said it will be a bomb. And, of course, it was one of the biggest and fastest-selling books in the history of books.
I was the first one in line to buy it.
And when I put out my pay-per-view special, every expert in pay-per-view said Howard Stern will bomb because New Year's Eve is a night when people will not buy pay-per-view. They've never bought it in the past. We've tried special after special after special. I had the biggest box office gross in the history of pay-per-view. Okay?
I remember that.
Oh, that you remember. I see. And then when I went in syndicated radio, they said to me, you will never succeed in syndicated radio. Morning Drive has to be a local show. Now now everybody and his mother does what I do. It's an accepted industry practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, but all those times you know I'd be
Where
successful.
were you with your opinions then?
Yeah, he probably said I'd bomb then too.
No, sir, I did
go
not.
screw. Yeah, sure. What a dick.
Oh, darn it. He was going to bet money.
He's not going to bet any money. The guy would let him come down here. I'll
He's
bet him
supposed to
anything he
own
wants.
a bunch of commercial buildings.
Yeah.
He probably had a little money.
Let him
we
put
could
up his.
take.
He's got nothing. He's in California and he's a coward. That's all. Scumbag.
All of a sudden, he's in the movie business. He knows how.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's wishful thinking. A lot of people want me to do bad. It's been my whole life. But I refuse to do bad. The guy doesn't know anything. Scumbag.
I'm a fan, but
I'm a fan, but why don't I burst your bubble and ruin your day? But that's all right. I'm used to that. Every time I go into town, I have to sit through 27 billion radio reporters talking about what a failure I'm going to be. I always like that. That's even better. Scott, I know all you guys are messing around with my microphones. I know what you're doing. I know what you're up to. I know what Richie's up to. I don't think I'm stupid.
when are they doing it? Do you know that?
They do it when I'm not here. The sound in my headphones changes all the time. I don't like it one bit. But I can't do anything about it. They insist on always messing with the equipment here. You're on the air. This is Raymond. Hi, Raymond.
How you doing? Is this Howard?
Now, you sound intelligent.
Hey, Howard. Hello?
Come on, Raymond.
I just want to know, what's up? Why are you losing so much weight for your movie?
Well,
You look like a damn Ethiopian, man. Your bones are sticking out of your cheek and everything.
No, I'll tell you something. I had to put on an outfit yesterday. I gained about 3 or 4 pounds back from this weird schedule I'm on, and I looked horrible. I have to stay thin for the movie because
You blow up on screen.
I do. I'm telling you, I've seen myself, and
How much do you weigh? How much
right now I weigh 190. 190.
And what are you trying to get down to?
No, I'm down to 190. That's where I want to
Stay
be.
right there?
Yeah,
How far are you, 6'4" or something?
I'm 6'5".
Oh, my God. Look, I'm right here. I'm 6'2", and I weigh 200.
What are you? Puerto Rican?
No, I'm white.
You're Spanish, though, aren't you?
No, I ain't.
What do you? Oh, don't tell me that.
I'm not. I'm Irish.
Irish?
Yeah.
What are you, a Wigger?
A Wigger?
Yeah.
What did he
White
say?
nigga?
It sounds like one of these white guys who's trying to sound Spanish
I'm
or
not
black.
no Spanish or black.
Where
I'm
do you
white.
live?
In Las Vegas.
Oh.
Dear.
It's where you live is where all the people are Uyghurs.
You know what you are? A
You know
Mexican.
what? As a matter
You're
of
a
fact,
Mexican. That's
You're a
right, 'cause
Mexican.
I can hear a little
You're-
bit of a Spanish
He's a
thing.
white Mexican. You're a Mexican.
A Mexican?
Yeah.
Ain't no Mexican either.
All right.
It's from where you come from.
I'm not too skinny. I'm just right.
Hey, you know what else I was wondering is...
A lot of you Mexicans like fat women. Thank you.
Hey,
Some people don't know when they're done. Steve, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, what's up? You seem a little angry this morning. I was wondering why that was.
Why am I angry? I'm not angry at all.
You seem really angry.
No,
Everyone
I'm not angry.
calls.
I get angry with dopes.
I was just thinking, what could it be?
Why do I have to be challenged by my audience? Why do I have to be challenged by my audience about what I am and who I am?
Who cares? Who cares if...
Exactly, who cares?
I mean,
So
they're
what?
still listening anyway.
Why are you analyzing whether I'm angry or
Why are
not?
you saying I, though I'm part of the audience, but I'm not the person analyzing. I just wonder why you sound so angry.
I'm not angry at all.
Did you sleep in the TV room?
I'm angry because you're annoying me. If I get an annoying call, I shouldn't be angry?
A little bit.
Of course. If you sat here and took calls from dopes all day, you start to question what you're doing for a living.
Yeah, but you get money for it.
Yeah, I get money for it, but at some point you start to say, where is the intelligence? Some guy gets on the phone, first thing. I used to
If
listen,
everyone was as
then I didn't
intelligent as
listen.
you, everyone would be on the
Oh,
internet.
I can't take it. He doesn't know why I'm angry. It's from imbeciles like him. Guy's a nut. He's a wigger.
Is everyone calling to irritate you today?
I don't know.
They're all trying.
Everyone is irritating me. Yes, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. I wanted to ask you about your movie soundtrack.
Yes, what about it?
What's going to be on it?
Well, that's a good question.
You wouldn't
No, I'm not going to tell you.
announce.
I'm not going to pre-announce, but I tell you what I have in mind. In fact, I had this discussion with some people at the record company. I want 4 original tracks on there, 4 brand new songs. How many tracks can you fit on an album, realistically?
Oh, on a CD, at this point, I think you can get 15 or 16 if you want.
Is that right?
That's 70
Definitely.
minutes.
What's he yell at me about abortion?
Is this right? Is this Howard?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes, I have something to say to you.
Don't get started,
Okay.
because I'll shut you down.
Oh, man, oh, man.
You don't understand, honey. We got so many kids here on this planet who are not even wanted.
Okay.
Don't worry about some. You want to have some broad running around with a pregnancy that she doesn't want, going and getting coat hangers in her vagina to get the baby out of there?
Can I just ask you something?
Use your
though?
head. Use
Okay.
your head.
No,
This
no, no.
abortion issue is real old with me. That's it. I'm voting for Clinton because Dole's got his thing with abortion. He plays up to people like you.
So can I just ask you something? Are you the most morally corrupt person on the planet?
No, I am the most morally correct person.
You
on
don't
the
think
planet.
just because you don't cheat on your wife?
That's right.
That's it.
That's
How
it.
many other people do you think do that?
No, I think because I live an exemplary life.
You know, actually, I must
Tell me what I do that's not moral.
I think that just the fact that you talk about these babies, and what about priests? We need the Catholics are against abortion because we want more little
Yeah,
boys
little more
to-
boys to rape.
You are just evil.
Evil? You don't? I'm the evil one, and you're telling me priests don't rape young
No,
boys?
no, of course I'm not saying
Oh,
that
so
at
what are
all.
you telling me?
I'm saying that you just generalize everything.
I'm
Everything
saying
that's
they
good,
have
you
a
generalize.
motivation. They want more young boys, don't
Can I ask
they?
you- can I ask
You
you
gotta
one
you gotta
thing?
get a
Can I
new
ask you one
stash.
thing? Hey, listen, can I ask you one thing? You said that Jesus is like Santa Claus?
No. I
Yeah,
said,
you did.
what? I said to the... yeah, okay, I said that. Yeah, that's right, I said that.
It's true.
That's all I'm saying. It's true. Somebody in the background just said that's true.
I said it's true.
So you're saying that believing in Jesus is like believing in Santa Claus?
Right, you need it to get through the day.
And the Easter Bunny.
I need
and
it
the
too.
Easter Bunny. Oh, that's Fred. God, you guys.
What is the
kill
difference
me.
between Easter Bunny? Tell me something. What is it? Do you think the guy praying to a rock in Africa is any different than you praying to a Jesus or a Buddha in China? There's no
Now,
difference.
Let's understand that.
How do you know you're right, and how do you know the Africans are wrong? Well, because they're
I didn't
black.
say he was wrong. That was that psycho guy that did the sermon on you. I
Right.
don't
So
know
then,
what's
what are
up
you
with
saying?
him.
So
So the African is right and you're right.
So you're
No,
both
I'm
right.
saying if somebody has a faith, that's something in their heart, and if they're trying to do good, that's
It's a fairy
fine
tale.
with Jesus.
I have fairy tales that I believe in.
You don't really believe that.
I do. We need
I
that.
had no idea
We're
this was
primitive.
you when you picked up the phone. Get back to abortion.
I don't need-
What is your problem with killing babies?
I have no problem with killing babies. I wish
Tell
we'd
me
kill
when
more.
Life begins, Howard. Tell me when life begins.
I
Tell me
told
when
you,
life begins.
life begins
When
when
a
the
woman
child
wants it.
is 9 months old. Up until then, you can kill them.
Even up to 9
That's
months.
right.
Oh, that's hysterical.
That's
I
it.
know. I heard your little thing on Dole that when Clinton vetoed that
So
bill.
vote for Dole.
Oh no, he's just as bad.
Everyone's bad, right? You're the only good one.
No, I didn't say that.
What? No politician is good enough for you. I love all these people. Oh, this one's bad. This
Why
one's
aren't
bad.
No,
you
no,
running?
but I'm sorry.
Why is Clinton bad and why is Dole bad? Tell me why Dole is bad.
because
You don't even know why he's bad.
Can I tell you something?
Because your friends tell you he's bad.
Yeah.
Why is Dole
yeah,
bad?
Yeah. I don't like Dole because I think he's far too conservative.
On what issue? On what issue is he too conservative?
On the death penalty.
I'm going to expose a dope for you here. On the death penalty.
You're. Can I just? Can we? I called for abortion. Just one question, okay?
No, tell me why you're anti-Dole.
Can you tell me why you're not voting for Dole? Because of
I'm not
abortion.
because of the abortion issue. I just told you why.
Okay, so I'm not voting for Clinton for the same reason.
All right, so good. I asked you why you're against Dole. You said Dole's no good. Why is he no good?
Because, in all honesty, I think they're all corrupt, and I don't like
Why is
what I
Dole
heard-
corrupt? What has
I
Dole
heard is-
done to prove that he is corrupt? Why is he corrupt? Let me hear why.
I don't like.
So far, you've said he's corrupt. Why is he corrupt?
Because I don't like anything he stands for. I
What
don't
does he
like-
stand for that you don't like?
Oh, you are.
You don't even have an opinion. You're a dope. That's what I'm exposing you. You don't have a real opinion.
You are too funny. Everybody's a dope that doesn't agree with you.
No, it's not agree. I asked you why. You said you don't like Dole because he's corrupt. What has led you to believe that he's a corrupt man?
I shouldn't have said corrupt.
All right, then why don't you like Dole?
I don't like. I've heard him on TV. I don't.
All right,
like
what did you hear on TV that you didn't like?
God, you're getting me all confused.
No, I'm not getting you confused. You don't have an
No.
opinion. You're a moron.
She
You're
is
like most of
confused, and
America.
She's going to blame you.
She's going to blame me that
no,
I'm
I'm not
confusing you. Why don't you like Dole? Give me a reason. You said he's corrupt. Now you're saying
I
he's
said
not
he's
corrupt.
conservative. I said he's far
What
too
did you hear
conservative.
on TV that he said that you didn't like?
I'm not for the death penalty.
All right, the death penalty. What else don't you like? So far, this doesn't sound like he's
Okay,
corrupt.
so death. So that's not enough. You can't take
If
one
that's
moral
enough,
issue.
if that's enough for you, fine. That you don't like him because he's pro-death penalty.
Can I just tell you that I think?
So that's why you
Clinton's
called
more-
him corrupt because he's pro-death penalty?
Do you ever say the wrong word, Howard? You are so high on yourself.
No, you said there's a lot of things you don't like about him. What don't you
The
like?
first thing I said when you asked, I said he's too conservative for me.
I'm
And
conservative
against-
about what? The economy?
No, I said the death penalty.
That's it, the death penalty. That's your whole. That's why he's corrupt, because of the death penalty.
I don't like his foreign trade issue.
His foreign trade.
I
What
work for a
issue don't you
Russian
like?
company.
What issue don't you like? What about foreign trade that you don't like?
You just have to get away from that abortion thing, don't you?
No,
That's
I'll
the
get to
only
it. I'll get
reason
back to it. I just want to
Okay.
show people that you're
Okay.
a nitwit.
All
All right, now we know you're a nitwit. Tell me about abortion. What do you want to talk to me about?
No. I'm a nitwit because I think abortion is wrong.
No, you're a nitwit because you say people are bad politicians. You have no reason why.
No, I said corrupt, and you're right. I should not have said that word.
Okay, you
I
don't
said
have
he's
any
too
word.
conservative.
Oh, boy.
You've been in the worst mood all day. Every time somebody calls, they call and they start telling you something. You start yelling.
All right, now what do you want to yell at me about abortion? Let's
I just
hear.
wanted to ask you.
I told you
when
life begins at 9 months.
Okay.
Now you got another question? What is your question?
No, sir.
You have
If
no
there's-
argument with me.
Okay.
I want you to go out and adopt 50,000 babies today
Okay,
and take
well-
care of them. You
Well,
holy
that's-
roller.
Yeah, that's another issue.
You
so,
dope.
So if you're against abortion, you should go out and you should take all.
You know,
the babies
all
and take
people
care
who
of
are for
them. You can say
abortion-
you're against murder, and that
All
doesn't-
people who are against abortion
Okay,
don't
so-
do anything civic for people. They don't go out and just help pay for these
Have
babies
you
once
ever
they're
heard
born.
of an organization called Birthright that I volunteer for?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Have you really?
Yeah.
What do
it's-
they do?
What do you do?
It's not political. You don't go protesting in
Yeah,
front.
what do you
I think
do?
those people are psycho.
What do you do?
Take women who have no choice, have no family, have no money.
Yeah.
We give them support. We give them counseling, free medical.
Free
service.
medical, huh? Free counseling.
Yeah.
Right up to when?
Right up until the baby's born,
One
so that
year
they can
into
sit
the
there.
baby's
Boom, they're out on
1
the
year
street.
when the child is 1 year old, we give free. After that, we still.
Do you
give
ever have thoughts of killing yourself?
No, why?
No, too bad.
Why? Why do you think everybody who's against abortion is psychotic?
Yes.
Can I feel that that's a life?
No,
And I.
it's not a life.
You can mind your own business. It's not your baby.
That's not a life. It's soulless.
Okay, but what
That's
about?
an insect in there that needs vacuuming out. It's an insect.
You don't have to have an abortion. Now you
No, I understand that.
Now you're safe. Now you can have after you are raped by 20 men in a bar, you can have that baby.
Okay.
You have that right.
Yeah, that's right. That's because what less than 0.001% of all rapes.
I
victims
said to
become
you, when
pregnant.
you are raped,
Okay.
now you can have the baby.
Okay. That's wonderful. You
All
think
right,
that's
Bob
all it is?
Dole's kids, if they are raped and there is no abortion in this country, will be able to get an abortion
I
because he
agree
has
with-
connections.
I agree with you on that 100%.
I am interested in my
think-
daughters being able to get abortions. If you're not worried, you probably don't even have kids because no one wants to have sex with you. You're such a soulless, sexless animal.
Okay.
That no,
Because I'm
and such an
against
empty
abortion.
slot for a brain that nobody wants to have sex with you. Goodbye.
Oh, you are too funny.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you,
I'm
you are too
hysterical.
funny. I don't get how somebody who's against abortion is somebody who's.
There's not
soulless.
life in there. It's mucus. It's a phlegm ball.
You're saying this to be funny. You can't
No,
possibly
I'm
be
telling
this
you what it
stupid.
is. It's soulless. The soul doesn't enter a woman's
You don't believe in a soul. You
fetus.
think there is no soul when we
I didn't
die.
say there
You
was
said-
no soul.
You said when we
You
die,
have no
nothing happens.
soul. You are an animal. You are no brighter than the animals in the zoo.
Oh.
You are as bright as a
because
tiger.
I think we should all kill our babies.
You're a
Isn't that right?
tiger.
Why don't I just kill my 3-year-old when I lose my job? Or my
Please, please
3-month-old?
do. I would hope the two of you will go together.
Who? Me and who?
You and whoever else you have in that house.
Oh, I'm not. I'm at work. You are. Oh.
Oh, who would hire you?
Oh, you are just
And
going.
why aren't you doing your job now? What are
Yeah,
you doing?
why are you on
well,
company
it's-
time yelling about abortion,
Well,
you nut?
in all honesty, well, you're on company time yelling about abortion.
What company are you with? I want to report you.
New Alliance Corporation.
What is that?
New Alliance.
New
Corporation?
Alliance? What
Yeah.
is that?
I'm not even going to tell you because you'd have a.
Who would hire you?
What? What is wrong with me?
Father.
That I
Oh,
think
a
that I
father.
think little babies that I want to
Thank
protect
you.
life.
So you work for your daddy, don't you?
No.
You do. Your daddy owns that company.
My father's in California. What, you kidding me?
I bet
I
you
just
didn't
want-
go to college. Or you
I
went to
did.
a
I went to
retard
San
college.
Diego State Art
Oh,
History.
San Diego State. What is that, artist
I
school?
knew you. Art history. I knew you were. gonna
Art
be
history is your major.
Yeah.
You're not qualified to be a human being.
She looked at old pictures.
Yeah. What pictures? Tell me something
And
about...
another thing about Robin, what's up with her? When I first started listening,
No, I can't take it. What's up with Robin? What's up with me?
She's all over the place.
Girl majored in finger painting. Now she's an abortion.
It wasn't even finger painting. Art history. You look at other people's finger painting.
I don't like Bob Dole because
He's corrupt.
he's corrupt. Oh, yeah? Why is that? He's not nice.
Okay, I used the wrong word.
Enough with that abortion. I thought it was over with, but somehow it keeps
Keeps
creeping up.
rearing its head.
Got these nut jobs running around this country. There's 2 or 3 different countries. I'm trying to unite the whole country, but it's too much for one man.
I don't think it's possible.
Too
we
many
have to have
coops.
3 different countries.
Make me the president. I'll knock off everyone who's a subhuman, and then we'll get started. We'll build a whole new country. Howard Stern's America. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to love living here. Oh, Adolf Stern. Let me at him. I promise you, if elected, a free America where you can run around at night in your underwear. No one will accost you. They'll be afraid to.
I don't want people running around at night in their underwear in my country. What are you talking about?
Well, you ain't running this place. I'll haul you out of here, too.
Up there I go.
Right. Police they'll have the electric chair in their police car.
The
Right.
police car.
Right.
That other seat, the passenger seat,
Yeah.
will be the electric chair.
And they'll just phone me up. They'll tell me what the problem is, and I'll tell them what to do.
Instant justice.
Instant justice. You won't have to wait years. There'll be no more lawyers. Except a couple that'll need to represent me. And that'll be it. It's going to be beautiful. I'll make Singapore look like a picnic. God bless Howard Stern and my vision of America. God bless my movie. And the home of the brave. Half this country will end up in the Everglades, underneath a rock being eaten by alligators. Thank you. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi, is this Howard?
This is Howard. You're on with Rabbi Gottfried and Robin.
Well, screw Robert, or whatever his name is.
Screw Robert.
Rabbi?
Yeah,
Scribe
Rabbi.
high.
Are you a Jew?
No, I'm not.
And you live in West Hartford?
Yes, I do.
And you're not Jewish?
No.
You know that is reserved for Jews, West Hartford.
Well, this is what I wanted to say. I want to know, why Robin, talks like such a man, and why you're... Can I say, some swears on this show?
No.
Okay.
Which one?
Prick.
Oh, that you can't say.
I'm here.
Now, you're saying that I'm a prick?
Yeah, because you know, with that birthright thing, whatever, but, you could have just listened to her. You kept cutting her off, and...
Oh, you know what you are? You're a hillbilly.
I'm a hillbilly.
You're a hick, and you're a nobody, and you're a loser, and you're going... No, you don't even get comedy, you don't get jokes, you don't get anything. You're just one of the
you're
stupid
not funny,
people.
You're just rude. It's
No, there are
the same thing
50%.
over and over and over again.
Let me tell you something, you nitwit. 50% of the people get it, and 50% don't. You're just in one of the groups that don't get it.
No.
You're the slow... I bet you, if you came clean... Tell me something. What grade are you in?
I'm graduated high school.
You just graduated high school?
No, in 93.
In 93. Did you go to college?
No.
You know why?
Why?
You're too stupid.
Oh, I'm too stupid.
You're a dummy.
No.
Any idiot can get into a college except you.
Exactly.
Well, I bet you're a cashier.
No, I'm not.
What are you?
I'm
A
independently
fag.
wealthy.
Are you gay?
No, I'm not gay.
She's
And what are you? You're
surprisingly-
wealthy?
Yeah.
A female
You're independently
fag.
wealthy, so your
Yeah.
dad made some money.
Exactly.
So you're going to sit at home, you lummox, and listen to radio shows and call in.
Yeah, exactly.
You're boring. You are nothing. What? Say
You are
something to her, Rabbi.
First of all, you're a female fag. That's what I think you are.
Secondly,
Yes.
and what about secondly?
Secondly, you're a dyke. you're a white trash dyke.
Hey, Rabbi,
Yeah.
what's the Jewish word for stupid?
See, I don't exactly know for stupid, but it's a suchen a bachne,
Too. You're not
a
even
dachne a zoiten.
What did you say, honey?
I just when I see you on TV,
Yeah.
you seem like a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
But why don't you get a nose job or something? Cut
I
your
don't
hair.
need one because you know something, honey. When you got a brain,
What, to impress you?
when you got a brain in your head, unlike you don't need nose
obviously
jobs.
You don't have a brain in your
I
head.
turn
All
on
you
women
do-
with my mind. Let
all
me tell you
you
something,
do,
you
all you do,
ugly,
it's just-
you ugly hag. The parts close up. Say that in Yiddish, Rabbi.
Okay, now this is to hope that the private part.
Close up.
There's a special place.
Ich ma deuten a Sachen part Schnicht.
It's beautiful.
It was a beautiful song.
Do you have any happy songs? All right, are you done, honey, or you have more criticisms?
No, it's just not criticism.
Yeah.
You seem
Well,
like
let
a
me tell you something, sweetheart. Let me tell you something. You really shouldn't listen to the show. You're too stupid to get it.
Yeah, why listen? You don't
My
like
boyfriend,
this
I don't understand why my boyfriend likes you guys so much.
Well, you know what? Your boyfriend is probably a moron just like you.
And he's a fag.
Right. And you know what? I hope your moron boyfriend marries you, takes all your money, and then you have to work, and you'll be working at as a janitor.
Yeah. Was that your first job?
No, let me tell you something, honey. I made something of myself, unlike you.
Yeah. Wait, you're 42?
Yeah, I'm
And
42.
all you do is sit around and talk about sex all day?
That's right, and I get paid a lot of money to do it. Okay, stupid? Let's see you come up with something. Why don't you go suck on Pop's wallet?
Sounds good.
Why don't you go suck on your daddy's wallet? Go suck on your daddy's wallet. Do you know how to suck? I bet that's the only thing you know how to do.
You know what? Like, have you ever measured your nose?
Let me tell you something,
Why
honey.
don't you measure your nose?
My
and let's say
nose-
it's about 6 inches.
Let me tell you something, honey. My nose is big,
It's very big.
and your brain is small.
Oh,
Yeah, big.
Fag!
Big.
Yeah, fag!
Easy, Rabbi.
I'm sorry, I got upset.
On our phone is Rabbi Mendel.
Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Howard.
Rabbi Mendel is an associate of yours, I guess, Rabbi.
Yes.
What are you, conservative or Orthodox?
I'm Orthodox Jewish or Orthodox Jewish, and the rabbi over there is a little confused with the blessings, I see.
Is that right?
Really?
Yeah, because I have the blessing that you make for a fag. It's a different kind of a blessing.
All right.
What's your
Okay.
Does he like a black
first of all,
rabbi?
If I get cut off, I'm driving, so I can make an accident, but I'll call back.
All right.
Okay? The blessing is, Misha Pagam Bebris Kodesh, He Yiv Gam Bebris Kodesh Al.
This guy's a mental case. Rabbi Mental was his
Yes,
name?
he's Rabbi Mental.
But actually, I went to the hospital because I go to the hospital a lot. But
What are you doing there, man?
well, I just kind of like I worry about stuff.
Right.
But what happened was Dennis Rodman was on the show. You know that guy?
Yeah, sure.
So we thought it'd be funny if he headbutted me. You know?
Right.
So he tells me, if I go, don't really headbutt me, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
You're like a professional athlete. You're like one of the strongest guys, and I'm like one of the weakest guys. So don't do
Right.
that. So he says, no, I won't. I know what I'm doing. I'll just put my thumbs up, and like when I touch my thumbs, you push back. And then when he does it, he headbutts me like really hard,
Wow.
and I like blanked out for a
Yeah, I
second.
didn't see any thumbs.
No, he cracked me.
Did you blank out?
Yeah, I blanked out for like 10 seconds.
Oh, because I don't get that whole headbutt thing, man. That hurts.
Yeah. So I went to the I had a headache for like 2 days.
You're kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Are you
I
like a
went to
hypochondriac like me? Like, do you
Yeah,
think
I
if
worry
anything
a lot
happened?
about it.
Yeah, right.
So I go to the hospital. I thought I was going to die and stuff, and I go, oh, my head. And so then, you get to the hospital late at night. It's all like crack addicts and
Yeah, you got to
gunshot
wait a
wounds.
long time with just a headache.
Excuse me, I got headbutted. Yeah, get in line.
They didn't believe me. They thought I was nuts. They think everybody's on drugs.
Yeah, right. They thought you were hallucinating.
Yeah, I said Dennis Rodman headbutted me. They go,
No
"Yeah."
kidding.
And I go, no, I'm on the TV. I said,
Right, they don't care. Oh, yeah, don't you do Ed Sullivan? Yeah. Now, tell Robin and everybody, because I kind of know the story, but I'm not too clear on this. You're walking around in the village with a buddy of yours the other day.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I got gay bashed.
Yeah, he got gay bashed.
Because you were walking with another guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was walking with this guy, and
Were you holding hands?
no,
They were just making out.
No.
Oh, man, what's the big deal? That's not gay.
No, we weren't making out. We were just walking along, talking. And
Yeah.
I guess it was like a gay part. It's part where the gay people hang out. So this truck full of guys come, and they shot like it was. We thought it was a gun, but it was paint. They shoot paint at you.
They shot paint pellets.
Paint pellets at.
Did you go to the emergency ward? They go, hey, aren't you the guy who just got head-butted by Dennis Rodman? What's the matter? Abe Lincoln give you a hot foot this time? Yes. So you got shot with the paint pellets and like that. Come on, man. What's the matter
I'm
with you?
sorry. But,
Did you say that on Saturday Night Live?
So isn't that embarrassing, though, when you get hit by paint pellets and all of a sudden, like, everyone thinks you're gay?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're heterosexual. You're married.
I'm married.
Is your
yeah.
wife hot? I mean, when did you get her? At what point in your career? Like,
I got her. I was a garbage man at the time.
oh, really? Oh, so is she hot? I mean, you can probably get hotter chicks now.
She was hot for like a garbage man's girlfriend.
Right. See, when I got married, everyone said, "Man, look at the wife you got," because who would even think someone would date you?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now that you're famous, right? I mean, now what was this thing they did on Extra about you and Elle Macpherson? You guys had an affair or something?
No, that was all nonsense.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
'cause
sure.
He's a married man.
You know,
Right.
She came to the show, and she's like very flirtatious to everybody.
Right.
So then somebody started this crazy idea that.
And she's very bright, so you get attracted to a very smart woman who's good looking, right?
She's bright?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, right. So you're saying that Elle Macpherson was on the show as a guest. She's a gorgeous woman. She's beautiful.
Well, yeah, I guess, but like I don't have like I'm not like you. I don't have like a real high sex drive.
Right. You don't really?
No, not at all.
Well, that's something to advertise.
Yeah. She was flirtatious, and were you like sort of being flirtatious with her? You had to be attracted to her.
No, I wasn't attracted
At all.
I'm not attracted to like
girls
that much. I used to be when I was young.
And you're not gay? Maybe those pain pellets were telling you something, pal. I'm telling you right now.
No, when I was young, I used to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're still a young guy.
You do have sex with your wife, don't you?
Yeah, I have sex with my wife. Yeah.
How often? Like once a week?
Well, the thing is, like with my wife, we have sex because we know exactly what to do with each other. But if I was with somebody else, I'd have to,
I don't believe this for a minute.
No, I'm serious.
I've never met a guy who said this.
But how often do you have sex with your wife?
I've never met a guy who says your sex life doesn't, your sex drive doesn't, you don't have a low sex drive.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
Does he masturbate?
Do you masturbate?
Oh, yeah. I have
you
a
do.
high-
So then you have a high sex drive.
For myself.
No. So when Elle Macpherson is running around in a little short skirt and she's looking gorgeous, don't tell me you're not thinking about doing her. And don't, I mean,
no,
you are.
I swear to God, I'm not. I think.
Really?
No, I've been to the doctor about this.
Really?
Yeah,
You've gone
yeah.
to a psychiatrist?
No, a physical doctor.
Because you're saying, hey, I don't get aroused that
A
much.
urologist. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But wait a second. Mentally, you get aroused, right?
Is he having trouble?
Are you having trouble getting aroused? You might. I'm telling you, you're gay.
No.
Wait a second. You're telling me.
No, I can masturbate as much as anybody.
Okay. No, not as much as me.
No,
Yeah, believe
really
me,
good.
don't take that challenge.
He has more free time, I bet.
Wait, Norm, I don't understand something.
What?
You went to a doctor, you said, hey,
What
what's
did you
with me?
say?
I'm around Elle Macpherson and I'm not getting
No, I
aroused.
didn't mention her.
Yeah, but and you started to get concerned that, hey, why am I not getting aroused around these beautiful women?
Yeah, because I used to always get aroused all the time, no
Right.
matter what. Like I could see a giant fat woman, like part of her ass.
Right, and you get excited by that.
Yeah.
Are you on medication of any kind?
No. I just now I'm just.
Do you need that testosterone patch or something?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it makes you more masculine.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But then your hair falls out.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that.
yeah.
Wait, explain something to me.
What's
Are
that?
you putting me on or are you being
No,
serious?
I'm serious.
You're being serious.
It's hard to tell him.
You're saying, no, I think he's a straight ahead kind of guy.
No, I'm serious.
You know, I mean, I've only met Norm once, but.
I would love to talk to the doctor.
Right. Well, actually, I met you twice. I met you backstage at Letterman, too.
Yeah,
we
right,
talked a little bit.
right.
So wait a second. And Norm gave me a bunch of funny jokes. He says, hey, listen, I'll never get to do these on Saturday Night Live, so here, you take them.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it was really nice. So anyway, that was like the most gracious thing anybody's ever done.
Ever.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever
Yeah, I mean,
handled
there was no hidden agenda. So you're telling me, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You got concerned because you're around a lot of beautiful women and suddenly you weren't getting as many erections as you used to.
Right.
You go to the doctor, he checks out your weenie.
Oh, he checked out my prostate.
Right. And was anything wrong?
Was anything wrong? The
Yeah,
only
the
wrong
check.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, really. There was
No,
nothing wrong.
nothing. He said like, can you masturbate?
Same thing we asked.
Yeah, so
We're
I go,
like
yeah,
doctors.
sure, I like
Right.
doing that.
Right. So, and your wife and you have sex, what, once a week?
What
I
is-
have sex.
wait a minute,
How
wait
long
a
you been married?
I've been married 8 years.
All right. I've been married 20 years.
Yeah.
I have sex once a week. In
Yeah.
fact, last night I said to my wife, do you think we should have sex?
Wait a minute. She said she wanted it last night.
No. Who wanted it last night?
Allison said on the phone she would like to do it.
I went home. We were laying in bed together. I'm in my underpants.
Yeah.
She's like dressed and she looked really good. She had on a tight pair of pants and she's lost a lot of weight. My wife, she looks really good. We're laying there and I go, do you think we should have some sex now? And she says, you know what? Maybe tomorrow.
Oh.
So I just said, hey, screw this. I kissed her and then I just went to bed. And what I did was I waited till she left the room and I finished myself off. Took 2 seconds and I thought about. I actually thought about the woman playing my wife in the movie because I had spent all day with her.
Oh,
yesterday.
no.
Well, like...
Fat woman's ass? No. Like, who do you think? Did you ever think about Elle Macpherson?
No.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Who do you think think about?
I don't think
Girls
about,
you just
I'll
met.
tell you something. I can't think about like girls that I don't think I could have sex with because I don't have that good an imagination.
Right, it's got to be someone you think you can get.
Right.
That's how I am.
exactly,
Right. So
I sometimes I think of like kind of unattractive girls where I'm
right. When
way
you're
better
doing
looking
stuff.
than them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too, though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like one of the interns here or something I'll think about because I think that like I could definitely get her. You ever think about Rosie O'Donnell when you're
Good
doing it?
Lord.
No way, right?
Name some names.
Yeah, name some names of who
Give
you
us
think
an
about.
example.
You know what Rosie O'Donnell would be good at giving?
What?
Really wide head.
Oh, that's funny. Does Rosie O'Donnell have the biggest head on the planet?
Yeah,
She really does. How much does her head weigh? Do you take a guess?
About her head weight?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that age-old argument, I'm not going to get into
You're not
that.
even going to get into it.
Yeah.
I see. And she's on the new $100 bill. Did you see her picture? It's pretty wild. Wait a second. Now, this is fascinating because I don't know that much about you.
Who does he think about? That's what.
See, I'm old. You know, I'm like 33 years old.
Oh, that's real.
Oh, I'm 42, dude.
Yeah, well,
I mean, gee, I didn't know you were. That's young.
But it's still fun, you know. I like having sex with
33,
my wife.
and
I
you're,
like-
how many times a week do you have sex with your wife? Be honest.
My wife's very beautiful.
Is she?
Yeah.
How did you get her before you were famous? Was it a difficult thing?
You know, I don't know. I was just a nice guy.
Are you really charming?
She was, no.
Because you're a good-looking guy.
I'm
Yeah.
not charming, but
Right.
I'm just, you know, I don't know what I'm doing.
All right.
And then she didn't know what she was doing, so, you know, we just...
You got married, like
Yeah,
most people.
yeah.
And you got married, and she's good-looking. She have
Yeah.
a nice body and everything?
Yeah, she's very pretty.
And so what do you get her, like 2 times a week?
What's that?
What do you get her, 2 times a week?
Get her.
Yeah, get her. Come on, man. You're not that old that you don't know what that means.
2 times a week's a little much. You know.
That's a lot.
I
See,
would-
you're like me.
Yeah.
And it happens once
Once
a
a
week.
week?
So I'm laying in bed with my wife yesterday, and I said to her, you know, let's have some sex. She said, Saturday night I'll come visit you at the movie, and we'll have sex there.
Really?
Yeah.
She's waiting to come visit.
It's Saturday night. Saturday night is when I get sex. Then I watch you.
That's like Archie Bunker or something.
I usually get it at 11 o'clock, and by 11:30, we're good. And, we're all cleaned up. We're laying in bed, and we're watching Saturday Night
done.
Live. That's it.
So-
Yeah.
So you have like specific days.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do it spontaneously.
Spontaneously
but
every
once a week.
third year.
Right. So you might actually, you don't know when it's going to happen. Boy, that's
It
exciting.
could happen anytime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait another couple of years. You'll be down to a Saturday night. Does your wife at least let you go everywhere by yourself, or do you have to accompany her everywhere?
Go. Are you
Like
talking-
after the show, when you go to this diner, do you have to go with your wife, or do you go by yourself?
my wife lives in Los Angeles.
Oh, she
Oh,
does?
wow.
Oh, that's a great marriage.
Yeah. Well, I go back to Los Angeles. I'm only here like when I do the show.
Oh, really? But don't you have to be here to write and stuff?
Yeah, but that's only 20 weeks a year, and then the rest of the time I'm with my wife and kid.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
So you get a nice little break. So you were here alone, and Elle McPherson's coming on to you, and you had a little affair with her.
Good Lord, no.
I don't know, man.
No.
You know, he's setting himself up as a challenge, saying
Yeah.
it's hard to get him aroused.
Women like that.
Do you hope each week for an ugly female co-host on Saturday Night Live so that you don't have to fall in love with her? Oh man, what a
No,
life!
I've never been able to like think I could get you know.
Did you kiss Jim Carrey's ass when he was on the show this week? That's a good guy to know, isn't it?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Although you know, nobody ever seems to really help you.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you
Yeah,
suck up
look
to
at all
someone.
the people he's met.
Yeah, I know. You meet cool people. Like, I see at the end of the funniest part of Saturday Night Live to me is at the end of the show when the host is standing there and
Yeah,
everyone
right.
in the cast is practically knocking over the other one to
Yeah,
get to
right.
rap to the host.
I've never done one of those. I never did those.
You never stand at the end, do you?
No, because I'm done at Update. I just go home.
And you
to my
go home.
diner.
Don't you want to be there at the end when everyone's standing around sucking up to the host?
I was talking to Steve Forbes when he was there.
Yeah.
And you know, just when a guy's that rich, you do like kiss his ass.
Right, why not? Maybe because you don't in the back of your mind you go, hey,
Maybe he'll
the
give
guy
me $10.
Yeah, like maybe he'll say this is a really good guy, and I'm going to give him $1 million and change his life.
Right,
You know what I mean?
I'm going to get involved with him business-wise.
Yeah, right. You just think like maybe something will happen.
That never happens.
That happened to
One
me the
time
other
I
day.
did the Tonight Show and David Lynch was on. You know that guy?
Yeah.
So he goes, "Hey man, you're really funny. Really liked me."
Yeah.
So he goes, he gives me his home number. You know.
Cool.
So I call him up. You know, he goes, "Hey, where are you going to be performing?" So I go, the Comedy Shack or whatever.
Yeah.
So he goes, "I'm going to go." You know. So he comes and sees me. So and afterwards, he goes, give me a call again. So I give him a call like the next week. He goes, where are you performing?
It's like deja vu.
So he came and saw me like 3 times.
Right.
And that was it.
And that's it. And he didn't put you in a movie or anything.
No, he didn't
Oh,
put me in a
man.
movie.
Well, he did help you. He bought a ticket.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to buy one of your tickets for $10. Oh, man. You're his dancing monkey.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like, oh, thank you, Mr. Lynch. Yeah, but something will happen. You know that.
Right.
Are you starting to think about life after Saturday Night Live now? Are you starting to like...
I'm writing a movie now, you know, because like sometimes I get offered movies.
Right.
Weekend Update, the movie?
Because movies kind of suck. You probably get the same scripts I do. That's what forced me to write a book and eventually, put together my own movie.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find a good script.
It's really hard. And what they do is, like, if they see that you're funny, they'll bring you in, and the role will be horrible, and then they'll go, just be funny.
Right.
And you
Yeah.
go, well, I got to read these words, you know?
Yeah. Just improve the scene.
Right.
Now, you're not... I hope you're not doing the Ed Sullivan story. Are you doing that for the movie? Anyway, that's pretty cool. Hey, wait a second. There's some people who want to talk to you on the phone. Oh, gee, I think I talked so long I lost them.
Lost all the people?
Right. Yeah, she's gone. There was a woman who was like really a big Norm fan, wanted to get on with him.
Nobody who slept with him now.
No. Hey, if Elle McPherson wants to call in.
Yeah.
She's a hot little piece of ass, man. Don't tell me she's not. Who do you think is attractive?
I like Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh,
come
stop
on.
it. You're full.
You don't like her?
Come on.
You don't like Anna Nicole Smith?
Come on, she's gotten heavy. He's putting me on.
No,
I don't
I'm
like
not.
it.
No, I saw a picture of her recently where she was really, really fat, where she didn't look good.
Right, but you're talking about years ago when she was thin. Oh, okay.
Not that long ago. Yeah, a couple
All right.
years ago.
So you like big breasts?
Yeah, I like big breasts.
Does your wife have big breasts?
She has normal size
What,
breasts.
C cups?
I don't know. I hear you talk about those. I don't follow those. Like the cups.
You're in bad shape. Do you like Sally Struthers too?
Oh,
I did.
You
yeah.
did, right? Yeah, that's your type.
Oh my
like
God,
blonde
I
and
love
buxom.
Sally Struthers.
Not
yeah.
anymore, though.
What?
Well,
What?
you don't like her anymore.
No, I don't like her with the flies around her.
Yeah, it's kind of a turn off. Well, anyway, hey, and did you ever meet Chevy Chase?
Chevy Chase? Yeah, you hate him, right?
Don't you?
Well, I did, and then he said he really liked me, and now I like him.
Oh, I see.
No, I loved him when he was on the show. When he was did Weekend Update.
Now his movies suck, and you don't want to. Now his movies suck.
His movies?
Yeah, don't you think?
His movies?
Yeah, come on. Jackie loves getting email, and we'll respond to it all. Hey, I'm kind of excited. One of the guys running for president is Bob Dole, and he has agreed to come on the show.
Yeah, there's only a couple of guys now.
There's only a couple of guys running now. Who are they? Clinton and Dole?
Pat Buchanan is running.
Right.
And a couple of people are threatening third-party runs for the
That's true.
presidency.
And I'm anxious to see him. Up there he is. It is Bob Dole. Wow, look at that. Holy mackerel. Oh, man. What an honor to see you, sir.
Thank you. Good. Got my casual look on here. How do you like it? Wearing a good suit?
You look fantastic, Mr. Dole. Let me just say, although I'm not thinking of voting for you because of the abortion issue, I would love to interview you, and maybe you could convince all of us.
Yeah.
You're smart to come in here, is I think what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm traveling around America and trying to get to know the people of America.
Right.
It was funny because I saw a picture of Dole in the paper the other day.
Mr. Dole.
Mr. Dole.
Right.
Standing on the beach in his suit talking to people. So he was casual.
Sure.
Yeah, Nixon used to do that. He used to walk around on the beach in a suit, too.
He's a good man.
Right.
Good man.
And you don't look a day over 85 in person, I got to tell you. You look great. I got to tell you, Mr. Dole. And
Let
it
me
is
tell you something. I've traveled all around this country. I've met the people of America, and I learned one thing about them.
What is that?
I don't like them.
Yeah, they're not great people.
They're damn fools, most of them.
But let me conduct a serious interview with here, even though this show is not known for being
Is he
serious.
kidding now? Is this the joking Bob Dole?
Well, you're trying to improve your image. I don't think there's any.
Sure, sense of humor is important.
Right. So, Mr. Dole.
Hard to tell.
It is a comedy show. You know that.
Sure.
But I really do want to conduct a serious interview with you. May I ask you some serious questions?
Dole's laughing at you.
No, come on. I mean, I know I look kind of freakish and everything, but I do. I want to do a serious interview here, okay?
Sure.
All right, good. You want to make an opening statement? Get this thing rolling?
I'd like to say that Where the hell am I?
You're at K-Rock. That's right.
And who are you?
I'm Howard Stern.
I remember the big hook-nosed fella.
That's right. That's right.
Hair like a girl.
That's right.
Queen of all media, don't they call you?
That's right. The queen of all media. That's very funny.
Well, let me tell you why I'm here, Howard Stern. I'm here to reach the young people.
Right.
You know, the under 65 group.
Right.
That's right, the baby boomers, Generation 10. That'll.
All right. What you're hoping to do? May I clarify here because I'm a little confused.
Sure.
By appearing on my show, I think that you're trying to reach the people who might be thinking of voting for President Clinton. You know, in the last election, I helped President Clinton get elected.
Well, I know you did, and I'm looking for that same thing. You know, you reach demographics I've never been able to reach, Howard Stern.
Right, right.
I'm talking about the damn dirty hippies.
Right.
Sexual deviants.
Right.
Criminal element.
You want to reach them.
Sure, the pedophiles, homosexual and otherwise.
Yes.
All of them. And you know what? I want that one group that can make or break a candidate.
You want to reach a group that can make or break a candidate.
That's right. The group that your show's aimed at.
Who's that?
The crack whores.
Crack whores.
Yeah, I'm looking for the crack whore vote.
Come on. Isn't it true that you're behind with most groups?
Well, that's true, but I'm ahead with some, too. That's what the media doesn't tell you, Howard Stern.
All right, name one group that you're ahead with.
Well, I'm the clear favorite among really old guys with one arm.
They like you.
Sure,
people
they like
How many people like that are there?
Well, hello there, Robin.
Well, wait a second. You brought up something interesting, Mr. Dull. You really brought up something interesting. Right? Let me ask you, what about your age? I mean, you're older than everyone. Isn't that true?
Well, I suppose that is when you look at it that way. But age will not be a factor in this election. I'll let you know that right now, Howard Stern.
Age will not be a factor?
No, sir. Unless
Are you dropping out?
Well,
no, Mr. Dull, what do you mean age will not be a factor in this
Well, unless I die.
Right, okay.
Won't be a factor. And I won't lie to you, Howard Stern. I'm no spring chicken. Well, my prostate hasn't functioned properly since JFK's head was in one piece.
All right, so I guess you and Mrs. Dole don't have an active sex life anymore.
I know. You wait just 1 minute, Howard Stern. The only thing on Bob Dole that's limp is this arm here.
Right.
That's right. When it comes to dirty, shameful sex, I have just as much as anyone. You hear that?
Right.
Hear that, Robin Quivers?
I just heard that.
Bob Dole's a man who appreciates a good three-input woman.
Right. And by the way, Mr. Dole, Robin is a three-input woman.
Is Mrs. Dole?
Let me ask you something about specific ethnic groups, if I may.
Sure.
All right. Now, you're friendly, you say, to different ethnic groups. Are you friendly to blacks?
Well, let me tell you something. When I was growing up, we didn't call them blacks, Howard Stern.
Yeah, what did you call them?
Slaves.
That's right.
Are you friendly to the slaves?
Well, that was a different century. I don't call them slaves anymore. I use the correct terminology.
Right.
Darkies.
Darkies, I see.
Right.
Okay, no, wait a second. Mr. Dole, let me ask
well,
you.
you got a good system here. You got the white folk here, and you got the
I'm segregated.
colored girl over there. And
Right.
the other way.
I'm segregated over
But let me ask you something. I'm curious. No one's ever asked you this before, and I've been known to ask outrageous questions. Have you ever slept with a black woman?
Well, to be honest with you, Howard Stern, love is blind, and I've known the touch of many an ebony princess.
Really?
Sure.
Well, that's shocking.
Shocked.
Well, only problem is, who wants to make love and guard their wallet at the same time?
Right.
But I will say one thing for him. When you're finished with him, well, the bed's made and the room's spotless.
Right, all right. Now, obviously, you're a little unenlightened when it comes to black people, Mr. Dole.
I
But
wouldn't say that. I resigned, the same week as Magic Johnson.
That's true.
That's right, and I have full respect for Magic Johnson. He's a great man.
You like him?
Oh, my goodness. He'll leave a lot of records unequaled in the NBA, and I'll tell you one record he'll leave.
What's that?
Nobody will ever break.
What's that?
Only man ever to get AIDS from a woman.
Yeah. Now, let me move into some other issues, because you're being very open, and I appreciate your candor here today.
Sure.
All right? How do you feel about abortion, and how do you feel about gay rights?
Well, I'll tell you, Bob Dole's against abortion. He's against gay rights.
Right.
There's one thing he's for.
Yes.
Aborting gay fetuses.
Really? Now,
Sure.
you're the only candidate who's come up. You want to abort gay fetuses.
That's right. Once you see a limp wrist on that sonogram, you get out the vacuum.
Right. Now, Mr. Dole, now let me say something here, because this is outrageous today. You are really coming out fighting.
That's right.
I don't know how many of these policies we can believe. Are you serious?
Well, sure.
Sure. Why not? Listen, let me say something today, and I think you got to say something favorable about Mr. Dole.
What's that?
A lot of people have said that you lack energy, but I got to admit something. Today, you have lots of energy. You really do.
Well, sure, I'm no friggin' fossils, Howard Stern.
Right.
What if I'm old? Even a dead Bob Dole will be better than Clinton.
Right.
Problem with Bill Clinton is he thinks it was his penis.
Right.
I'm surprised his penis doesn't deliver the State of the Union address.
Right.
And Hillary, good God, she's more annoying than crumbs on a massage table.
Crumbs on a massage table. I don't even get that reference.
I didn't get it either. Jackie gave it to me.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
You can't throw anything at the president.
Yeah,
Or
Jackie's
a
throwing
man running
paper.
for
Yeah, that's the
president.
President of the United States. Almost.
Lord,
Right.
almost. That's right.
Right.
I'll tell you what I don't get, though, Howard Stern. This building you work in.
You don't like it?
Good Lord, Bob Dole hasn't seen a structure this decrepit since his left arm he looked at.
I see.
I call this the hell that is 600 Madison Avenue, home of the world's greatest radio show. The world's funniest people. And that Fred fella. Good Lord, Bob Dole thinks a grown-up man should get his wife under control, make sure she's not out stripping in Broadway shows.
So you are a fan of the show. You know about Fred's wife stripping.
Well, I've been told.
Right. As long as you're commenting on people from the show, how do you like our own Robin? Comment on her.
I like her a lot. She's a cute girl, you know, but I think it's not so normal to be consumed with your sphincter and colon all the time.
Right, with her high colonics.
It's ridiculous. Bob Dole says anyone so consumed with their butt cheeks should be ashamed of their sorry existence.
Yes.
And this fellow over here, Jackie.
Jackie the Joke Man Marley.
Yeah, damn dirty hippie, that's all he is.
Well, yeah, what about him?
He's out in the hallway trying to sell me a bunch of crappy T-shirts and CDs.
Oh, he makes those in his basement.
Yeah.
A big star.
Yeah, Bob Dole's all for capitalism, but you, buddy, you're embarrassing yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Not as embarrassing as Ralph, you know, but I'll
You
tell
met Ralph?
Well, yeah, I saw him out there, but Bob Dole doesn't like to pick on little girls.
What did you think about some of our interns out there?
Oh, good Lord. Steve the Gorilla.
Right.
Stuttering John, Ganja. Good Lord, don't interns usually move on after 9 years, Howard Stern?
Right. Excellent point, Mr. Dahl.
Yeah, by the way, Stern, I think it's damn nice you'd employ that retarded fellow with the big teeth.
Oh, you like that I employ the retarded with the
Sure.
big teeth?
Working for a living makes him feel better about himself. Get him off the welfare rolls.
You're actually talking about Gary, our producer.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Mr. Dole, let me just say something here, because this is going very well, but I don't want
I'm
to...
shocked that he's here and we're talking.
I don't want to wear out your welcome. I'm flattered.
What are you throwing him out?
No, I'm thinking of questions, all right? First of all, I'm flattered at how much you know about us on the show here. That's that's really something. But all right, let me get back to the campaign, because that's what you're really here for, right?
Sure, well.
Okay, all right. What is the first thing you're going to do if you're elected president? Be serious.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, Howard Stern, is get rid of that beast, Janet Reno.
Janet Reno, you don't
Good
like
Lord, take a look at the woman. It looked like she ran out of money halfway through her sex change operation, for God's sake.
Right, okay. Now, what about accusations that you're too mean-spirited, like saying that Janet Reno looks like she ran out of her sex change money?
Well, I'm not mean-spirited at all. When I get into the White House, I don't know what I'm going to enjoy more, screwing over the blacks or the Puerto Ricans.
So there's not going to be any blacks in your administration, is that correct?
Well, I like some of them. I wish there were more blacks like Clarence Thomas. At least he can name all his kids. Right? He can't
Right.
name all his
I don't
kids.
know. I mean, I don't know anything about the guy. Anyway, Mr. Dole, I think it's time to wrap up.
What? Not so fast, you big hairy freak. I've chosen a running mate, and I'm giving you the exclusive.
Oh, now great. Now this is a big news. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, Bob Dole will mention who his running mate is going to be. Now, who is it?
That's right. Bob Dole's running mate for this 1996 election. Somebody who's been with me for a long time. It's going to be this pencil here.
The pencil you hold in your hand.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a number 2 pencil. His name's Dixon Ticonderoga.
Right.
Yeah, he's been with me since the Great War, Howard Stern.
You mean World War II?
No, you damn fool. The Great War. Cro-Magnon man versus Triceratops. That's right. Me and my pencil won that war. Now we're going to win the election.
Well, let me tell you something.
Dole and Dixon Ticonderoga in 96.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Dole. That pencil has more personality than Al Gore, so you might actually take the election.
That's
Isn't
a
that
good
true?
point, Howard Stern.
Well,
That's a good one.
I want to thank you, Mr. Dole. Let me ask you one last question. What do you think of that guy on Saturday Night Live who does the impression of you?
Goddamn fag.
You think he's a fag? You really think he's gay?
I think he might be.
Yeah, right. Well, that's unbelievable.
Wow.
Isn't
He's
this?
really opened up to us today.
I can't believe it. I can't believe how much you've opened up. And look how good you
I'm
look.
beginning to like him a lot better.
You know, I think I'm going to vote for Bob Dole now. I like all the things you
Yeah,
said.
vote for Bob Dole in 96 on account of I can't do anybody else.
Let me ask you a favor. Can I smell your pencil? I know it's been in that hand for a really long time. Actually, I think you're very nervous. Of course, this is the great Norm Macdonald from Saturday Night Live who does Bob Dole so well. And he's fully made up as Bob Dole.
Well, the E channel, right?
Right, yeah. Oh, no, you got to do that.
Thinking of everything.
I can't believe it. Hey, you're good, man. You are so funny.
Well, you guys are the greatest.
You're the only reason to watch Saturday Night Live anymore.
All right.
Weekend
I'm serious.
Update is great.
Weekend Update is
It's
really
back
good.
to its former glory.
You write that? I mean, you and that one guy write the whole Weekend Update?
Yeah, me and two guys, Jim Downey and my buddy Frank Sebastiano, and Ross Abrash and me.
I wonder how much money they're paying you. Do they realize that you're valuable to the show, or do they just like...
No, they don't pay me that much. They pay me there's 5 guys that get paid more than me.
But doesn't Lauren realize that
You're the best thing?
You're the best thing on there?
No,
Can't
he
you go in
doesn't.
to make a heavy salary demand?
No, he doesn't think
Does
that.
he realize how bad the other guy used to screw up the news? What was that guy's name? He's a nice guy, too.
Kevin
Nealon.
Kevin Nealon didn't do too good a job. He seemed real nervous.
But he's a real funny guy.
Yeah. Are you still sort of half in your Bob Dole impression and half like Norm?
No, this is me.
That's you?
Yeah.
I can't tell. I'm not sure who I'm talking to.
Because he still has that makeup on.
Yeah. He's kind of locked into it.
I can't do impressions.
No, man, I love you.
I
on
can do
Saturday
him
Night
and I can do Ed Sullivan.
Let me see that.
It's Ed Sullivan teaching a class.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, this is Ed Sullivan,
All right.
but he's teaching a grade 4 class.
All right,
okay?
go ahead.
It's okay, class. Today we have I can't do the voice.
Right. Go ahead.
But
It's all right. All right, go ahead.
Okay, class. Today we have a really big quiz.
That's good. That is really good. Actually, you look like Elvis more than Bob Dole. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Norm's here. Let's take a commercial break.
Okay.
And then we can ask him
We're
what's
going
going
to talk
on.
to Norm now?
I'm not sure who we're going to talk to. We'll talk to Norm for a couple of minutes. And then throw him out of here.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not talking to Ed Sullivan, that's for sure. I'm staying away from that impression. But Norm Macdonald, the best reason to actually tune in Saturday Night Live. David Spade's pretty good too, but he quit.
I got a funny story about Spade.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Should we wait till after the commercial?
Yeah.
And can you tell the story about how you got gay bashed yesterday?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I
he's
don't
not
know
gay.
about this.
Wait till you hear this. This is really good.
Oh, wow.
He got like attacked for being
By
gay.
gays?
But no.
For being gay?
Yeah, for being gay.
Yeah, you don't get attacked by gays that often.
Yeah.
I was going to say that would be news.
Yeah, if you got beat up by gays, that'd be pretty embarrassing. All right, let's take a break.
Yeah, I got to hear about this.
We'll come back and I met Norm when I was up at Saturday Night Live. I met Lorne Michaels and
Yeah, I remember you saying you met him.
yeah, like Norm was real nice to me.
That was really funny.
I thought you were going to be a prick or something. I thought you were like arrogant like Dennis Miller.
No.
I didn't know.
No,
You know
but
what I
that
mean?
was funny because you talked about it once on the radio about you meeting with those guys.
Yeah.
And it was amazing how you nailed them all. You knew
Yeah, it was-
exactly what they were.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but you know what? Because you're like, I always thought Dennis Miller was really funny,
Yeah.
and I thought like maybe, and Dennis can be a real prick, so I was thinking like maybe you were going to be a prick, but you were like so nice and everything. It was
No, Dennis is good. He just has like points of view about stuff.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I
he just
don't-
gets all bent out of shape.
Yeah.
You know, it's comedy. It's only funny when Dennis says it. Somebody else goofs around and gets kind of sensitive.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah. I wrote on his talk show. That was my first job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wrote in this. Remember that talk show? Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the first one?
Yeah.
The one that Jay Leno ruined because he stole away all the gas? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, you know, my show would have been successful if Jay didn't steal away all the guests.
That's right. It was
Well-
sabotage.
Well, before Jay was sabotaging, what happened? That's what we want to know. So then you dawned on you, hey, go perform yourself. What do you have to give Dennis Miller all your good material, right?
Yeah, I wrote on him, and then I wrote on Roseanne for a little while, and then I said, man, this writing part, that stinks.
That
compared
sucks. You want to be a star.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be famous to get chicks.
No, I don't want to get chicks. I'm married. I have a child.
Oh, you are married?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. How old's your kid?
3 years old.
Is he a boy?
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Is he really cute?
What? Sure.
You married to a woman?
Oh,
Yeah.
he had a child. I would imagine so.
All right, let's take a break. The great Norm Macdonald's here from Saturday Night Live. We'll be back.
No wonder he's bringing up that wife thing so much.
Oh, yeah, well, he got gay bashed. Hey, I got to play you some, before those guys come in, I got to play you these phony phone calls. So, Ponce de la Phone, who is one of the best at this.
Yes, he's been at it again. He usually sends us a batch after he's been very busy.
It's a quick story. He called the cable show. And the guest on the cable show is our own friend, our old friend, actually, Steve Rossi.
Okay.
Steve Rossi used to be in a comedy team called Alan and Rossi, and he always appeared on our show back in the NBC days, even over here.
Yeah.
From time to time we hear from Steve. So Steve was on this cable show. And Ponce evidently records our show all the time and keeps clips around of me. So he called in as me.
Oh.
So Steve, I guess, gets excited because...
He thinks you've called in on this show.
Right.
Wow.
And they
What
talk
a
to him,
great scam.
but they talk to him for a really long time, and they think it's me the whole time. So here it is, Ponce de Lafone calling in as me.
Okay.
And Steve Rossi, of course, probably would never admit it, even though he could probably figure out that it wasn't me. Just
Let's see if we can detect any recognition of
all right,
that.
here we go. Ponce de Lafone.
Let's go to the phone. Howard, you still there from Long Island? Hello?
Yes, hi. It's Howard Stern.
Oh, Howard Stern! How are you?
Did you set this up?
How are you, Howard?
Well, he did our show about 3 times, and he's called several times to be back on our show. But this is some guy who never did anything.
You know, I saw one of these shows, and he kept telling you he was going to write a book. We haven't seen this yet. Are you still writing
No, we
the
haven't
book?
done the...
Howard, have you seen his book?
Howard, how are you, my friend?
I don't know where this guy came off thinking he's funny.
Now, don't you have a particular name for Steve Rossi on your show?
He's the worst guest I ever had. He is so bad.
Howard, I'm getting fed up with you, believe me.
I thought you called
When
him
I
the
see you the
legend.
next time I see you in New York, you're in trouble, pal.
And here's a guy who knows so much, but he doesn't know his wig is like the worst hairpiece in America.
What?
He's criticizing your hair.
Oh, my hairpiece? Well, you should talk. You have hair like a woman.
I'm sick of you. I'm sick of everybody.
What'd he do?
He hung up!
He hung up.
The particular name that Howard Stern had for Steve Rossi is Steve the Legend Rossi.
Yeah.
So I
What?
just had a premonition.
What?
When she said Howard from Long Island was on the phone,
Yeah.
I said, I know it's Howard Stern in your honor.
Now,
Wow. I
not
mean,
only
great call.
yeah, not only did they, not only, and you know what, Steve, you see how he keeps going. What did he say?
yeah.
He was getting upset.
Uh-huh.
He wanted me to kiss his ass. That was a really good call. And then Ponce says that to prove how much they fell for it, later on in the show, the woman starts talking about how cool it was that I called in.
Yeah.
And we had Steve Rossi there in the Duesenberg room of the auto collection with us in person. And our engineer said there is Howard from Long Island on the phone. And it didn't really mean anything to anybody the first time around. And Gary, being, very gentlemanly, wanted to finish Debbie Reynolds' interview. Of course, she's a marvelous interview, before taking any calls. So the engineer reminded him again that Howard from Long Island was on the phone. And I'm a little bit intuitive. When I heard that the second time, I said to myself, I wonder. Debbie finished her interview, and of course Gary went to the phone, and Howard, who is not known very much for his long suit and patience, right, had hung up. So I said on the air, Howard from Long Island, the lines are open like you guys do. If you want to call back, we can take your call. And of course Steve Rossi was sitting on my right side, and I said to Gary, I don't know why, I just have a feeling it's Howard Stern. And Gary kind of looked at me funny, and he said to Larry Houck, our producer, we're expecting a call from Howard Stern. Like I was absolutely accurate. And do you know, when he did come back on the line, it was in fact Howard Stern. And
She's the Polish Kreskin.
She's intuitive.
And he was just absolutely his wonderful, irascible self.
Right. He was
were
good.
great.
I was
Howard,
great. I
even
killed.
when you weren't there.
Ponce, he makes me look good.
That's it was a great call.
Want to hear it one more time?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Steve must have been so excited because I was calling into this cable
Howie
show.
baby.
Howie baby.
Oh, you could hear him. Oh.
I wonder what he's thinking now. He's like, you insulted him. One of the worst guests and said he wasn't funny.
Yeah, I said, you're the worst guest. You're not funny.
Never did anything.
Never did anything. Because one of the things about Steve is that, I'm always kidding him like that. But I wouldn't call a cable show and start goofing on the guy while he's finally being interviewed, would I?
No.
About his hairpiece.
That's a hoot.
About his hairpiece.
He's supposed to know something. He doesn't know that his hair is the worst.
All right, one last time. Ponce de la Fon.
This is a great call.
This is
He's
pretty good.
really distinguished himself now.
And you can hear her in the background going, "Did anyone check this out?" And then, right at the listen carefully.
All right.
Let's go to the phone. Howard, you still there from Long Island? Hello?
Yes, hi. It's Howard Stern.
Oh, Howard Stern! How are you?
Did you set this up?
Did you hear?
No,
Did you?
she's saying, did you set this
Oh,
up?
did you set it up? Oh,
She's
I see.
asking Steve,
Oh,
I
I
guess.
see. Right. And he's like, no. This is what happens when you have a
This is
Steve
my
Ross.
baby Howard.
Yeah, this is all the celebrities will be calling in. I'm sure Clint Eastwood will be on the phone and Engelbert Humperdinck.
How are you, Howard?
Well, he did our show about 3 times, and he's called several times to be back on our show. But this is some guy who never did anything.
You know, I saw one of these shows, and he kept telling you he was going to write a book. We haven't seen this yet. Are you still writing
No, we
the
haven't
book?
done the...
Howard, have you seen his book?
Howard, how are you, my friend?
I don't know where this guy came off thinking he's funny.
Now, don't you have a particular name for Steve Rossi on your show?
He was the worst guest I ever had. He is so bad.
Howard, I'm getting fed up with you, believe me.
Steve talking to a tape machine.
You know, but Ponce has got really good. You can't hear any tape.
No,
clicks or
he's really good at it. It takes him a second, but he's got, he's got an agenda plan. He doesn't actually answer any of the questions. One day he's going to figure out how to do that.
What you call
When I
the
see you the
legend?
next time I see you in New York, you're in trouble, pal.
And here's a guy who knows so much, but he doesn't know his wig is like the worst hairpiece in America.
What?
He's criticizing your hair.
And you know where that was taken from? That was me talking, I think, about Bernard Meltzer or something.
Either that or Grodin, Charles
Grodin, yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask Norm about that. Shucks.
Oh,
Norm was on the Charles Grodin show and immediately started talking about me.
Oh.
Charles brought it up. And then the same thing with Tom Snyder. He went on the Tom Snyder show and they started talking about me immediately. And it says it ruined, he said it ruined the whole interview.
Yeah?
Yeah, afterwards no one could recover. Oh, Norm's still here? Hey, where's Norm?
Yeah, bring him in. I want to hear about that.
Yeah.
Oh, my hairpiece? Well, you should talk. You have hair like a woman.
I'm sick of you. I'm sick of everybody.
What'd he do?
He hung up.
He hung up.
It's pretty good.
Oh, man.
Hey, Norm.
Is this bad?
No. I was.
Oh, there's Norm.
I forgot you were on the Charles Grodin show and the Tom Snyder show, and both of those guys, you sit down and right away they bring up my name.
Yeah, the Tom Snyder show. Because I used to like Tom Snyder when I was a kid. So
Really?
I was like jazzed to be there.
Yeah.
And then so I'm sitting there, and it's like a crazy show. It's like him and it's like 8 old guys. sitting
Yeah,
there.
it's a sick show.
And so I'm sitting there, and he's saying all these crazy, dirty jokes to his buddies,
Yeah.
And then he goes, hey, Norm, we were just talking. Like, I'm just sat down. He goes, we were just talking about that Howard Stern. You know him? So I go, yeah, he's great. And he goes, you're putting me on, right? And I go, what? And then he goes, okay, here we are with Norm. We start the interview, and then he hates
And now he hates you and he ruins it.
Is that so? That was in a break. That wasn't even like
Yeah, that
on
was
the
right before I went on.
Ah, too bad.
But then that Charles Grodin
Charles
guy,
Grodin's whole show was just talking about me.
yeah, he hated you.
Yeah, and why does it? Well, you know why? Because I goofed on him, and when he first came on, he wanted to come on my show and get on here, and I said no. So now he's like, he's got a vendetta against me. But if you say nice stuff about him, he'll turn, he'll change his tune.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Pretty much everybo's that way.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy's a bore. And it's unbelievable. Did you?
So did he engage you on the air in conversation about Howard?
Yeah,
he does about everybody. That's his whole show.
Well, I know that. I just want to know what happened with Norm.
Yeah,
What did he say to you?
He's like, what do you think of Howard Stern or something? And I said, oh, yeah, he's great. And then he goes, who booked this guy?
Get rid of him. Well, Charles Grodin's such a scary talent,
Yeah,
Hey,
I
but-
spent the whole time talking to him. He talked about some guy, some damn like a Broadway show he went to see.
He's a nitwit. Yeah. Did you take his hairpiece off? Did you just take it and rip it right off his head?
He has a hairpiece.
Oh, please, come on.
Norm.
You're being nice.
Your
now
Bob
you're being
Dole hair looks more real.
Yeah. Who are you kidding? He has a hairpiece.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what happened. That's all.
Okay.
All right. I got to take another break, and then the presidents of the United States are going to do a lump.
All right.
And we'll rap to those guys. They're angry because they're from Seattle. All rock stars are angry today.
What?
They're angry. The rock stars.
The rock stars.
Yeah.
I met that Neil Young, who I loved when I was a kid. You like Neil Young?
I love Neil Young.
He's the greatest. So,
but he's all pissed off.
He is?
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, he comes into the Saturday Night Live show there, and I'm just about to go on Update, you know.
Yeah.
And Lauren introduces me to him. Hey, this is Neil Young, and he meets me, and it was so cool, Neil Young. But then I realized when he left, I'm in a suit. He probably thought I was an agent.
Yeah, I thought you were a real jerk.
Yeah.
You're in a suit.
'Cause I used to be a dirty hippie, you know.
And you know what's weird about Neil? He's got those big pork chop sideburns, but I learned those are real pork chops. That's actual pork chops. That's why there's flies around his head.
Applied to his head.
No, it's real funny because young people started getting into Neil Young again because Pearl Jam's into Neil Young.
Yeah.
So now he's walking around like he's trying to be young, but he's 180 years old. And he starts jamming with Pearl Jam. Looks like he's going to have a heart attack. And it's kind of funny, too, because, old guy pouncing around on the stage is just not pretty anymore.
He's like
when he has those
John Creech.
Yeah.
When he has those those pork chops on the sideburns, you know what he does to give the illusion of giving himself a trim?
Yeah.
He eats a little bit.
Is that what he does? He just actually eats his sideburns. Thanks, Norm.
Okay, man.
All right. We'll be back. President of the United States. The angry guys.
Well, maybe they'll surprise us and be happy.
Did you hear the phony phone call?
What's that? No.
Oh, you missed it, huh?
What, how'd it go?
It was really good.
Really?
Yeah, I should play it for you.
It is fun.
But I got to recue it.
What? I thought I was
Forget
on.
It. No. We are on.
Oh, we're on the radio right now?
No, we're not on now.
Oh.
Yeah, so tell me, you really like
We
guys?
are on the radio.
So you got Elle McPherson. Huh?
So what happened when you nailed Elle McPherson? How great was it? I'm telling you, he got Elle McPherson.
No, I swear on my child's life, I never had sex
Really?
with Elle McPherson.
Did you make out with her?
Sure.
No, I didn't make out with her.
She made out
did.
with him.
No, I didn't.
Swear on your child's life.
I said I swear on my child's life, I never had sex with Elle McPherson.
But did you make out with her?
He was drunk.
Bring in the dead presidents.
You made out. You made out with Elle McPherson?
No, I didn't.
Say, I swear on my child's life.
I can't do that.
Oh, wait a minute, Norm.
There we go.
What in the hell?
What happened? You got loaded?
No, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Tongued Elle McPherson?
Oh, my Lord.
Did you give it the tongue?
No,
and then you didn't get an erection?
No, because we did a scene where we kissed, so I can't.
Oh, is that what it is?
I
Oh,
can't
I see. I
swear on
see.
my child's life that we
How
didn't
was that? Was that good?
kiss.
Did you get aroused?
No, I didn't get aroused.
Maybe you should go back to that doctor. Did you feel her up?
Of course.
No.
Did you swear on your child's life you didn't feel her up?
Yeah. Feel her up.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's kind of weird about Saturday Night Live? Remember
that?
when they fired the band leader guy?
Oh, yeah, Lurch.
Like that was going to make... like that was going to make a difference in the show?
That's going to fix it. But actually, we would
that other
get
guy
hundreds
better?
of letters that they really, people didn't like that guy. Every
scared
week.
them?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Really?
I think it was because he tried to look cool every time they went to him.
Is that what it was?
And people, it got on people's nerves.
I know him. He's a nice guy.
Oh,
Can
he's
you
the greatest.
imagine that generating letters?
He's a good musician, too.
Yeah.
Really good.
But people were just frightened of him. What's the
Yeah.
guy's name again?
G.E. Smith.
G.E. Smith. He was married to Gilda Radner.
He was?
Why?
Yeah.
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 She was good.
Yeah, she was good.
She was Rosanna Dana.
Boy, you're really up on the history of the show, aren't you?
You know what? I heard somebody commemorating Gilda the other day, and they said, she played that character Rosanna?
Yeah. Rosanna Dana.
Rosanna.
Yeah, that was Norm. You couldn't get the name out. Nice tribute. Yeah, she played that Roseanne character.
Rosanna.
Yeah. Who cares about the history? I need more money. Oh, man.
No, she was funny. They're all funny, you know?
Yeah, that was funny.
Everybody was funny.
Lorne Michaels announced they're going to change the whole Saturday Night Live around because it's time to kick ass and get competitive again. So they fire the guitar player. And everyone else stays. It was unbelievable. Poor G.E.
Well, I tell you, that guy they focus on now is definitely not cool, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Why don't they get a whole new
everybody's
band?
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you have any input on that, or you don't even care?
The music, I don't know. All the music's the same to me.
I just thought it was odd that they would replace him as the. It's like, okay, we're
It
going
was
to.
the most shocking thing that G.E. was the guy who goes.
Well, it's like if Lauren had said, okay, we're going to change the whole show around, and my first step is to paint all the dressing rooms green. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, what?
It was like when they fired Don Pardo. He's
Right.
not the guy who's making the show or breaking the show.
Well, Norm's trying to bring him back.
Don Pardo. They didn't fire Don Pardo.
Yeah, they did at one point.
Pardo was fired for a while.
They
Yeah.
did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When was that?
Before you were on the show, which you don't care about. You know, I only care about my part.
Don Pardo is great, man. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a guy like him.
Did you? Yeah, me too. I wanted to be a game show host.
Yeah, like make a lot of money, just talk.
And do nothing and be total, empty inside.
Just have a big dumb voice.
You never have to think about anything.
He was telling me, he says every day he just gets checks in the mail and he puts them out on his giant table and he just stamps them with his thing.
Yeah. And you love hearing that, don't you?
Yeah,
It's like, I'm trying to get into movies. Anything. All right, anyway, the great Norm Macdonald. Let me take a break. We'll meet the Presidents of the United States. They've agreed to do their hit song. It's very nice of them. And then we'll do news. We'll get the hell out of here. I'll go home and bang my head against the wall all day.
Yeah, why'd you run out of here yesterday?
I had a rehearsal with Mary, who's playing my wife.
Oh, really?
Well, she's a hot little number. And every time I come in, my wife goes, "Did you work with that Mary?" She like doesn't even remember her name, and I go, "Yeah."
Did you know your wife was visiting the station yesterday?
Yeah, I knew about that.
Oh, okay.
That's why I ran out of here.
Oh.
So anyway, I had to get to Mary. No, so I did a rehearsal with her, and I was like, man, she looks good. She ties her shirt up, and you can see her belly.
But Norm, that doesn't excite you. What
And
are
you know how they say like actors don't get aroused during like a love scene or something?
Yeah.
Like I had this one emotional scene where like I'm like, you know, like I have to walk up to her and stuff, and I got a boner.
Oh my
I did.
Lord.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it an acting boner or?
No, it was a real boner. I get excited.
You forgot the scene. You
Yeah,
just
right.
got excited.
Because I know like we have a couple of scenes where we have to sort of like, you know, be lovey-dovey,
Right.
and I know I'm going to get aroused, so I'm going to just tell her, look.
Is there? You actually have kissing scenes, right?
Well, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, nothing
Not
major.
heavy.
Nothing heavy.
Were you on the set, Howard?
What?
Were you on the set?
No, we weren't on the set. We were just, you know, we were in a room with a lot of people actually. So I just like kind of sat down real quick.
You don't. She's not getting aroused, is she?
No, of course not. Look at me. It's like being with a praying mantis. For God's sake, she feels like she's doing a remake of The Fly. Yeah, let me spit on you and eat your face. Oh man, she requested the lights be off. She wants to pretend it's someone else.
She can't act when she.
No. She is really cute. And her series just got picked up again for a second year. Murder One.
Oh yes, I did hear
What?
about
Oh,
that.
she's an actress.
She's
on
yeah.
the TV.
Yeah. But she's not real well known, which is good.
Yeah.
I need someone I can mold. You ever do like a love scene? Oh, you did a love scene with Elle McPherson.
What?
You said you made out with her.
Jesus.
Did you really?
No, I've done. No, I've never done a love scene.
Did you? You said you kissed Elle McPherson.
I wouldn't do a love scene. I wouldn't do a love scene.
Why not?
Why not? Because you probably get a boner.
Nah, it's just weird, you know.
Oh, you can't handle
Well,
it.
how are you going to do movies?
I'm gonna do movies where I don't have to do a love scene. That stuff's, you know. That's
Hey, man,
that's
sometimes
not
you got to do it.
It's not right.
What?
It's not right.
I don't
It's
know.
acting, man. You got to get into it. It's
Yeah.
your story. Dude, you're a performer.
Yeah, I got to learn to act.
Yeah, it's not hard, believe me. You see some of these retards who do it, you'll find out it's not that difficult. I'm up there ready. They're calling me Lord Olivier. I go on the set there. They can't believe how good I am.
That's great.
Yeah, it's easy. Get up there, you act. You act like an idiot, that's all. You just suspend all rational thought. You blank out like these other dopes, and you sit there and you act.
No, Howard's really funny on the set because he's always creating.
Yeah, constantly creating. Then Ivan calls me on the phone and goes, "Could you not be so creative? You just do the goddamn scene so we can get out of here."
Read the lines,
Yeah.
damn it.
No. There's more going on here than you realize. You don't understand the angst. You try to make it a challenge. It's so damn easy. You know what I'm saying? You're wondering why all these people are carrying on.
Yeah.
Well, Steven Seagal can do it. I can do it. All right.
Roseanne told me, she said she went to all these acting classes, you know,
Yeah.
Roseanne.
Yeah.
And she said nothing worked for her. And then she said she met Rodney Dangerfield.
Right.
And she says Dangerfield gave her the best advice for acting. He said, like, if you're doing a happy scene, you know, he goes, you put a big smile on your face.
Yeah.
And then when you're supposed to be sad, you frown.
Right.
And she said it was like,
And then it
yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
He's a good acting coach. Him and Michael Caine. All right, listen. We're having too much fun with Norm.
Yeah, we could talk to him all day.
Yeah, I could go with you all day. You're easy.
What?
You get some stiffs on here sometimes. They don't have anything to say. You know what I'm saying?
Norm gives strange answers. This
Yeah.
is good.
Norm's a cool guy. You got any celebrity friends, or you just hang like? by
I
yourself?
don't know any celebrities. You know, I meet him at the show, and then I never know what to say to them.
Me neither.
They're famous.
See, Robin thinks that's weird about me, but I really don't know what to do.
Oh, like I got celebrity friends.
No, but you know what I mean. Like Letterman and I get on the phone, we don't even know what to say to each
But
other.
that's different because the guy was actually approaching you.
Yeah, I know. I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
I'd be your friend if I was good at it. But
What?
What?
See, you two like each other. You're not going to be friends.
I like Norm a lot, but what am I going to talk to him about off the air? We were just out in the hall together. We didn't have a thing to say. I'm out in the hall, and I go, "Hey, Norm, I really love you. I love your work." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then it was just like, it was like there was nothing to say to each other.
Homo says what?
Right. That's it.
So you never see anybody, there's never anything where you go, God, I'd like to see that guy again because I think we could have a really good time together.
Hey, let's do a test.
Yeah.
Let's pretend it's a commercial, all right? We're just rapping like guys. All right? Like, forget that we're on...
There we go.
Hey, Norm, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. What do you think? What are you thinking about?
I mean, Norm, come on. Can't you help with the
How's
conversation?
your job, man?
I'm really bad with conversations.
Yeah, me
I
too.
only know
I'm only
like-
good if there's a mic on.
Yeah.
What is it, Gary? No, I'm not inviting Norm to a dinner. I
I'm
want
sure
to see
there's-
him. I don't even want to, as much as Norm don't want to see me, I don't want to see Norm. I'd rather just see him on TV.
I'm sure this is wrong, but I always like to run the stuff by a listener just called me with Elle McPherson's number. I
Yeah.
shouldn't call her, right?
Yeah, call her.
At
Let's
home?
find out. Yeah, call her at home and ask her. Tell her Norm's here and see if and Norm wants to talk about his love for her. Go ahead, quickly. Hey, that'll be cool. Hurry, Gary.
He's hit Norm.
You know what I like about Norm? He has a worse build than me. I think
I'm really thin.
yeah, man. You're in worse shape than I am.
I'm in really bad shape.
I bet you Elle McPherson's going to come right on, man. She probably misses you.
What's that?
She probably misses you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
What's going on, man? There's something up.
You really think so?
Yeah.
No, you're usually very good at that. But,
Why would Extra say there was something between you two?
Extra?
Yeah.
Well, I guess like it's printed once and then everybody just
Picks up on it. And what did they say?
Do you have to explain that to your wife when you get home?
Do I what?
Do you have to explain that to your wife when you get home?
Well, of course, yeah.
Did she call you up all pissed?
Yeah, no, I called her and it was like a very painful thing for her.
Yeah, really?
Because I'm a guy that like never does anything.
I don't know. It would have been funny, like you call your wife to explain, and then the pool boy answers because like, she's so furious.
She just immediately
All
grabbed
right.
the first guy.
So would you call him and say, "Honey, listen"? Did you call her before she saw the reports, or
I
like?
got a pool.
Yeah. Did she call you? Did she call you up and go like when there's a report that says that you and Elle McPherson were together? Like, do you call her
read it
right
and
away?
Find her,
No, I
or-
read it. I read it it was in the Post in some stupid gossip thing.
Yeah.
So I said, this might get picked up or something. So I phoned her and told her,
And I say, "Hey, this is like, how do you say it?" You go, "Honey, this is like the stupidest, funniest thing."
How do you start that
Yeah.
conversation?
What do you say?
I just said, there's this crazy thing. She knows me,
Yeah, sure.
She knows me real good.
Yeah, so did Klaus von Bülow's wife.
Yeah, she
Hey,
knows.
Don't say the S word, man.
You're
Hey
right.
now.
You're
Dude,
right.
hey now.
You're right.
All right.
She knows it's all crazy. Crazy
Oh, so then you
talk.
can get away with anything.
What?
She knows it's all crazy. You can do anything you want.
So she didn't start crying and stuff and saying, "I'm nervous."
No, she just said she was upset because she heard it from people,
Yeah, right.
And people just, believe.
What did Elle say?
I just had a great conversation with her.
What'd she say?
She said Norm banged her. No,
Really? No. What did she say?
She was really nice. She said that her and Norm are really good friends.
Yeah.
That the press.
She won't come on the air?
No, she won't come on the air. She said she's not in the habit of justifying herself for vicious rumors. She said
They're
that-
really good friends.
She said they're
Norm
really good friends, and that the press totally blew this out of proportion, and now it's gotten to the point where they can't even speak to each other because it just looks bad.
So what happened? You got a friendship going with her, and then like now you can't even.
Well, I mean, she would call it a friendship because she's talked to me twice.
Right.
I wouldn't call it a friendship because I don't have any friends. So,
How often you been with her, dude?
I've
Did you
talked to her
ever go to
twice.
dinner with her or anything?
No, I talked with her once on the show.
Yeah.
And then I talked to her once on the phone.
How did that happen?
Well, because after this thing happened, I phoned her and I said,
could you please?
This is insane.
Could you please stop talking about me?
Wow.
But so she
Kumada.
But people have friends, like Hollywood people. They go, "Hey, here's
Everybody's
my friend."
I see. All right. Okay. All right.
So there, you got to the bottom of it.
I don't know about that. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, I'd dump my wife and go out with her.
What?
I'm just kidding. What? That's outrageous. All right. Anyway, Norm, congratulations on your career.
Hey, thanks.
And we'll be back with the presidents of the United States.
Congratulations.
You got a secret apartment?
Secret apartment.
Special phone line.
Special secret phone for
If
Al.
you saw my apartment, you would realize
you have no money.
That I would never bring a girl back there. It's like a serial killer's apartment.
Oh, really?
Just garbage all over.
A
Big
mattress on the floor.
I have like bottles of urine in my apartment.
That's what turns chicks on.
What are bottles of urine
What do you
doing
want?
in your apartment?
Well, I was sick once, you know. I thought I was sick. I had this flu,
Yeah.
and so I couldn't get out of bed. So just getting up to go to the bathroom was like this huge thing. So then I had this Evian bottle. So I just,
You just filled it up with urine.
Filled it up with urine.
And you left it there?
And no. I would dump it out, but I was sick for like 2 days, and then I just got in the habit of it. You know, it just seemed like so easy compared to going to the
So
bathroom.
you don't get up anymore.
So in
You
the middle of
just
the
go
night,
in
you just go right in a bottle?
All day, anytime I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, come on. Now you're putting me on.
No.
And you have bottles of urine in your apartment.
Well, I emptied them out. but
All right, listen, this is ridiculous.
This is
All right.
gross.
Oh, man.
This is gross.
Is that really true?
Yeah, it is.
Say, I swear to God,
what
that's true.
happens when men
I
live
swear to
alone?
God, that's true.
Wow. I believe him then. See what happens when guys live alone?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You need Elle to take care of you.
What? No, but my life in California is nice.
Right.
I got my wife.
Your
Right,
wife
she-
doesn't know what you're doing.
She pours out the urine.
No, she.
What is it?
All the writer guys that are out there with him say that it's absolutely true.
Really? I shook his hand.
Do you want a bottle?
Yeah, we're
Your
sorry.
wife never visits you in New York?
My what's that?
Your wife never visits you in New York?
No, because I just work here and I come right back.
Yeah, who needs her?
So I'm always working. You know, because I'm like 16 hours a day at the show.
Right. The more we talk to Norm, the weirder he gets.
I know. I told you he's
Pretty
got
cool.
strange answers.
Yeah, right.
So I shouldn't have brought up that thing about the bottles of urine.
It was good.
Yeah, I was digging you up until
right.
then, man.
Yeah,
You were right to tell us.
That's gross.
Well, you might as well get it all off your chest.
But it was only like that only happened for like 2 weeks, and now
Sure.
I'm back to
yeah,
like
right.
regular.
Now when he's making fun of all those people like OJ and stuff,
Yeah.
you realize OJ's in better shape than Norm.
I used to sit there and think, Norm's really cool, but Norm's a mess.
By the way, I dig the way you make fun of OJ
Hey,
every
you know,
week.
I saw OJ. Did you see him? He was talking to that high school.
Yeah, he was doing anti-Semitic stuff. Now he's screaming about the Jews. Did you see that?
He's a fan of Marlon Brando.
Yeah, OJ was screaming about the Jews. I'm going, OJ plays golf every weekend with Jews.
Yeah.
He hangs out with them all the time. He had a Jewish lawyer get him off the hook.
Marlon Brando's absolutely right, he says.
Now he's screaming about
But
the
he
Jews.
said hilarious. He said a hilarious thing. He said, the media is all against. He goes, when a black man rapes a white woman, it makes the news. He goes, what about all the black men that rape black women?
Yeah, why doesn't that make the news?
That's our OJ.
He's our OJ. Thank God for him,
Mr.
right?
PR.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
Really, man.
Yeah, you really go after him all the time.
Yeah, I actually told your joke about OJ and Mother's Day. After seeing you do that on the show, I thought that was great.
What was that?
That's the one where he... Tell it, Norm.
Come on, Norm.
Norm. They asked him why he wasn't with his kids for Mother's Day, and he said, idiot, I wasn't with my kids on Mother's Day because I killed their mother.
Yeah, that's a good reason. It's best to stay away. Reminds the kids of the tragedy. Thanks, Norm. All right.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, I got to... and you attack Mayor Barry, too, which is good.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in rehab now, though, so I feel more
No, that
sorry
was a
for him.
spiritual retreat.
Yeah, that's not rehab.
He came back. He said that now that God is his highest thing. Well, he said second.
God is high.
Second high.
Oh, second highest. The great Norm Macdonald, everyone. We'll be back with the President of the United States and everybody's and everything else right after these words.